welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be discussing a beauty blender possible dupe. So I have I have two beauty blenders and the possible dupe sitting here before me. So I wanted to show you these sponges first. So of course here is the original beauty blender. It's the pink one. It's nice and soft, and right now it is not wet, it's dry. So I wanted to show you all these dry, and then I'll get them wet and then show you them again, so that way there you can kind of see how they increase in size once they're wet, and then do a little comparison. I'm going to use all three today on my makeup. So it seems a little excessive, but I wanted to show you the comparison. So then I also have the Nude beauty blender, because I've heard that the beauty blenders actually, the different colors actually mean that they do different things. I don't know how true that is. I'm not a makeup artist, so I can't verify that whatsoever. But I do have a nude one, so we have a nude and a pink to compare. And then we have the possible dupe. This is the Aesthetica beauty blender, or no, they call it, what do they call it? Hang on. They call it a, hang on. They call it a beauty sponge blender set, or beauty sponge blender. So it says it's latex free and vegan free. It's a vegan makeup sponge. So it's cruelty free, I'm assuming, since it's vegan. So this is $8.99 on Amazon Prime. I will shoot little screenshots up in here so you can see the prices. You can get different sets of this. You can get the actual just one of these, or you can get a beauty blender, or I'm sorry, mini beauty sponge blender 2-pack. So it's perfect for small areas. So they have the small ones that you can get to for $6.99. And then they also have a Aesthetica 4-piece beauty sponge blender set, which includes the sponge, 2 small ones, and then they have one for the body, and that's $19.99. And then they have the large one that's just for your body. So like if you're someone who likes to bronze your skin or something like that on your shoulders, then that'd be perfect for that. And they have that one, and it is $7.99. So you can get the group of them, or you can get them individualized, however you choose to do. So I wanted to show you these to see if they're any good, see if it is a possible dupe, because $8.99 compared to $20 for one of these, that's a pretty big price difference. So it can save you some money if it is a possible dupe. I've already tried this out. It's already been washed. It's already been used. And I can tell you it does wash up really well. For some reason though, I have a hard time getting the foundation out of it. So I don't know if it's because of the material it's made out of. I'm not sure. But I did have a little bit of a hard time getting the foundation out of it. So I ended up using, I have the Dr. Bronner's liquid soap, and that seemed to do the trick. So if you have a hard time using it, just use something that's a little bit more, like I normally would use my purity cleanser, so this time I had to use something that was a little bit more stronger to help get this out, to get it clean. But it did come clean eventually, so you can see that it's just a black beauty blender now. So there is what this one looks like up close. This is again the Aesthetica one. And then of course here is my original beauty blender. It is stained, so they do get stained after a while after using them. So that's the problem with these beauty blenders. And that's why everybody assumed that they came out with the nude ones. They thought that they came out with the nude ones to help with the staining, but as you can see, this one has actually got some stains on it too. So I honestly think they all stain a little bit. So I don't think that should be a problem that you're looking at. So now that you've seen them all dry, I will tell you that they all feel pretty similar. I think the actual black one here, the Aesthetica one, feels a little bit softer. So honestly, it feels a little bit softer than the actual beauty blenders. They feel a little bit more spongier. They feel a little bit more like they have a little bit more give to, not really give. They have a little bit more like cushion. So they're just a little bit thicker made, I feel like. And the Aesthetica one feels like it's very soft and like it feels pillowy. So this is very soft. So I will go get these wet now, and then I'll come back on here and show you these little beauty blenders all wet, and then we're going to start applying my makeup so you can see how they work to apply your makeup. And that's honestly the thing that you're looking for, is does it apply your makeup the same, or does it mess it up, or how does it work for you, honestly? So if it can do the same thing and it feels similar, then why not save some money? So let's go ahead and get this wet, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I've got all the beauty blenders wet now, so they are wet, and I've taken a little, I usually like to take a little towel and to kind of like squeeze them into that to take a little bit more of the moisture out, because I don't like my sponges super wet. I like them just to where they're damp. So here is the nude one. Once it's been wet, you can tell that it's definitely increased in size. Then here is the pink one, and you can tell it also has increased in size. And then of course here is the black one from the Aesthetica brand, and it has also increased in size. So now if you look at these side by side, you can tell that they all look very similar. I don't see any difference at all, to be honest with you. I think they all look so similar that I wouldn't know any difference. If this was pink, I'd say that it was an actual beauty blender, to be honest with you. The only thing difference is I think this one feels just a tad softer. I don't think it's quite as firm as these are. They're not firm by any means. If you've ever used an actual beauty blender, you know they're not firm. But I'm just saying this is just a little bit softer. So we're going to start applying my makeup now. So what we're going to start with is putting on a moisturizer. So I've been using this L'Oreal Revitalift moisturizer. So this is the day cream, and it actually has, yes it does. It has an SPF of 18, so it's not a whole lot. So if you are someone who's going to be outside a lot, I would definitely recommend getting a little bit more of a moisturizer. More of an SPF. So I'm just going to apply this to my face. And then after I've applied that, I like to just kind of pat my moisturizers in. Let it sink into your skin. Get it all over. I'm really, really dry, so I really love anything that's very hydrating. So that feels very nice on my skin. Now I'm going to actually apply my primer, and I'm using the Kat Von D Lock-It Primer. This is the Hydrating Primer, so this stuff is really, really good also. If you've never tried the Hydrating Primer from Kat Von D, I really do recommend it. It's very, very nice if you have dry skin. I don't know how good it would do for someone with oily skin, but me and my dry skin, it loves it. It just kind of soaks it all in. It kind of feels like the Too Faced Hangover RX, but this doesn't have that coconutty scent. I just really, really enjoy it. I really love a hydrating primer. And I know some people don't think that primers actually help your makeup, but I'm one of those. I feel like it kind of does, but then it kind of doesn't. The only thing I really like is that it's super hydrating, and that's what I look for in my primers. I look for hydrating primers. Okay, so now we're going to be using the Born This Way foundation, and I have the shade Warm Nude. So this stuff is really, really good. This is another great recommendation. So everything I'm using here today, I feel like are really good recommendations. So this is a very good foundation. So I'm going to be using this. I'm using it like all my trusty stuff. So I know that it's going to, if anything goes wrong, it's not the makeup, it's the actual beauty blender. So we're just going to start dabbing some of this onto my face. And we're going to put it all over. We're just going to put some dots all over. So that was 2 full pumps. So now what we're going to do is we're going to actually use the Nude Beauty Blender to do my forehead. So we're going to do my forehead with the Nude one. And you can see that it's doing a good job of applying the product. And when you use a beauty blender, you don't want to rub it, you want to tap it in. Not sure if you've ever seen one used before or not, but if you have, then you know that. You want to pat it in, you want to do gentle little pats. And this is going to make it look more like your skin versus it looking like it's just kind of drawn on or something. Now we're going to use the aesthetic, and we're going to use the aesthetic on this side of my face. And this one feels really good too. The nude one feels really, really nice. This one feels really nice. This one's so, I don't know, something about it, it's very cooling. Something to it feels very cooling on your skin. I don't know what's in it that would make your skin feel very cooling, but it does. Something in it feels very cooling. Feels very, very good. I like to get up under my eyes really, really well. Some people don't put foundation under their eyes. I do. I like to layer it all on because I do have some dark circles. I do have acne scarring. And as you can see, it's doing a good job also. I know a lot of people flip it and use the tip. I just use the back end. You can do it however you choose to do. I just really like using the back end of the beauty blenders. You want to make sure you get it up into your hairline so that you kind of blend it out. Go under your neckline a little bit. So there is the black one from Aesthetica. Now we're going to use the pink one on this side. And we're doing the same thing. You're just going to pat it all in. Get it around your eyes, on your nose. I will end up using another pump, maybe a pump and a half of the foundation, just because this is a more of a like a buildable type of foundation where it will build to almost full coverage. And I do still have some acne issues going on, and so I want to kind of cover those acne issues. Whoops, I didn't mean to go to that side. Whoopsie. Look at me messing up. Okay, so we've got this side covered. And now we're going to go back and do a couple more drops. So we're going to do, there's 1 pump. We're just going to do a dot along everywhere. So now we have our extra pump. So now we're going to go back and use the nude one to do my forehead. And the great thing about using a beauty blender also is if you do have some fine lines, I feel like the beauty blender kind of presses the product into your skin so that your fine lines aren't quite as noticeable. So there is the nude one. So again, you can see it did a good job. I mean, honestly, I think they're all doing a great job. Now let's go ahead and go over here and do the pink side. And this is basically, I'm just trying to cover this area right here where I do have some acne issue going on. So I'm basically just working on that. I'm going to work on this side of my nose and the middle part of my chin here. And then now we're going to go to the black beauty blender. And we're going to do the same thing. Pat it all in. And then I'm going to actually zoom you guys in so you can actually get a close-up of my skin so you can actually see what it actually really looks like in real life. Because I know sometimes the lighting kind of washes your face out where your face looks more perfected than it really is. So I want to pull you guys in and show you guys what it actually really looks like. Alright, so now that we've got it all pressed in, the sponges all look very the same still. They're all dirty, so I've got 3 sponges to wash now. So now let's go ahead and pull you guys in. My makeup is on. So this is pretty much as good as we're going to get for my foundation. So now let's go ahead and zoom you guys in so you can see. So there is the side here. I do have some major acne scarring going on this side. So it's going to be a little bit harder for it to cover. I don't know what is on my finger here. Makeup. And then I have this side over here. You can still see the acne issues also. So to me, there's no difference honestly whatsoever. Let's look at my forehead. And nothing. There's no difference. Do you see a difference at all in my skin? I really don't. I don't see a difference whatsoever. I feel like it did a good job. All 3 products did a great job. I don't think there's a difference in my skin from using one over the other. I feel like if you really like to save some money, go ahead and pick up the Aesthetica one because I think it's a good product. I feel like it's worth getting this versus getting the $20 beauty blender because the beauty blenders I feel are very pricey. So in $8.99 versus $20, you're saving a good amount. So you can get 2 of these for the price of one of these, for less than the price of one of these. So I definitely would recommend picking one of these up if you're looking into getting a beauty blender because I feel like it is a really, really good dupe. I don't think it's a complete dupe because, I mean, I don't know what kind of material it's made of. I don't know about that kind of aspect of it. I don't know if they make it out of the same type of products, but I feel like as far as how it does your foundation, I feel like it does a good job. I feel like it's a good dupe so that you could save some money. So I would recommend picking one of these up. And like I said, you can find some great deals on Amazon on these. You can get the value pack or you can get this individualized. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you found it a little bit informative. If you have any questions about any of these sponges, please feel free to ask. And otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later.